What's up guys, this is Lintheo coming at you with a brand new deck profile for January 2014. So yes, this is the new deck profile that I have. Been doing a little bit of testing and really liking this. There are some big changes in the deck, so I hope you guys do enjoy it. First off, I'm going to speak a little bit about the format that's upcoming. I am saying this in the middle of January. This is, sorry, the middle of December. It's like the 16th, 17th, whatever. Excuse me. The format that I think is going to be next format is going to be a lot slower. It's going to be more control based and it's going to be back row heavy. Now, while some people might think, you know, OTK decks are going to really struggle just because of the amount of back row, this is why I have main decked a lot of back row hate. So you're going to see a lot of that in the deck profile, and I just really like how it's working out. I think Hieratics are a nice choice for next format. So we'll go on to deck profile without further ado. So I won't really speak about the standards really. So we have 3 Tefnut, Kandia standards, level 6 special summon. Then we have Sue, best one in the deck I think. Then we have 3 Nebthet standard and 3 Esset standard. Don't really need to say much about them. If you want to hear explanations on why to use them, you can use my previous videos. Now here's one of the changes. We have 3 vanillas. So I'm sure you guys will be interested to know that I have gone for Curse of Dragon main now, even though I didn't side him. But yeah, so Curse of Dragon is one of the big changes for the vanilla. So we have the 2 standard level 6s, that's fine. But level 5 vanilla, now I was speaking to one of the guys at my locals and he's convinced me to play Curse of Dragon once more. Just because every time I play Curse of Dragon, I always drew it and I hated having it in my hands. And the reason that I never ran it was because having 3 vanillas in the deck, I just really didn't like that number, and it really hurt because obviously with 40 cards, 3 vanillas, you know, it's not nice. The odds are you're gonna draw it. So I've gone back to testing it. I've gone back to putting it back in, just because you'll see some cards in the extra deck. But it is a nice card to have. It does give you different options, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. It also has good synergy with being dark. Obviously you can't use it with Pallades, but we'll go into that later. Then we have 2 Dragard. Dragard is still boss in this deck. Love the card, so this is always going to stay in here until otherwise seen. It's dark as well, so it's nice synergy. Then we have bumped up to 3 Carcardi. Now this is just to kind of get my pieces quickly. I know I went back down to 2, but I've gone back up to 3 just because I really like having the draw power, and yeah, the card's great. Has a nice synergy with the deck. Then we have the 1 Tragodia still. Just Tragodia is really good. 1 BLS, 1 Red Eyes, and 1 Exodus. Yeah, really like, good stuff, target, and card's just quite useful to kind of recycle anything that I need to do. Yeah, so we're going to the spells. We have 3 Heretic Seal of Convocation. Don't need to say much about that. Then we have the 2 Forbidden Lance. Yeah, I was just checking something. I was contemplating having 3, but there are other main deck choices in there that made me think I'll only play 2 for now. So this is obviously the first version of the January ban list. Lots of testing is going to be going on, but for now it's only 2. So the card's really good, and especially if there's going to be a lot of back row, it might be useful to pump it up to 3, but we shall see. Stoic Challenge. As usual, don't need to say much about that. My thoughts on it now is just the card's still just amazing. 2 Wing Beat. Now, as I said, I think that this next format is going to be quite a control-based and lots of back row. While you might think that, you know, Konami did hit a lot of back row in the previous ban list, there is still a lot more available to other different people. And I'm not just talking about traps, talking about spells, and talking about those, you know, those really annoying spells, Kaiser Colosseum, for example. You know, Boojins are a thing. They're getting very popular. Obviously, with the next sets, they do have a lot of support and some quite busted support. So they are quite big, and you know, I just think it's a nice call to have the giant wing beats. A lot of people have been telling me to run this for a while. I just think now it's a good time to run it, just because of how the format is going to go into. The last format, I don't think it was worth running giant wing beat because the main enemy was Dragon Rulers. Obviously, they are now dead. Thank God. Long live. In fact, no, let's not long live the king. But the reason why I didn't run it last format, and I'll just say very quickly, every card that you could pop, you know, with this off the effects, they can chain, return, they can really get it back. 6 cents, yeah, it's fine. So that's why I didn't run it. Now I am going to run the card, and I think it's going to go well. 2 MST, yeah, 2, I'll just explain it very quickly. 2 because I have the 2 wing beat, I have the 2 lance, and you'll see in a sec what else I have. So the final 2 spells are Pot of Duality, just for consistency. And the final 3 traps. 3 traps done. Now again, this is me judging, going off saying that the next format is going to be heavy trap based and heavy back row based. This is why. This card gives me so much, just so much peace of mind being able to go off. And it also makes Sue a lot safer because you can just go trap stun at the start of their turn, and Sue can successfully get those effects off if they want a Fiendish Chain, you know, or something like that. Trying Fiendish Chain, Bottomless, you know, TT, Warning, anything. Trap stun just gets rid of that, and it is really nice, and I really, really love trap stun. So that's that. So it's main decked 40 cards. So going on to the extra deck, we have 2 Atom. Extra deck is pretty tight currently, I will be honest, and I've just bumped it to 2 because even though I can use 3, the deck is very, very, as we all know, OTK based. So I'm just using 2 for now because I think now is a good time just to have 2 and kind of pave the way for some other XYZs. We have 3 Gaia. Gaia is just boss, absolutely amazing. Overlay it on those level 5s, level 6s, works Stoic Challenge beautifully. Don't really need to say much about that. Level 6s, we have a Gauntlet Launcher, we have a Polymer M7, we have a Photon Strike Bouncer, and the new one, we have a Sword Breaker. Now, Sword Breaker I've been testing out a little bit more, and I just really like the card. I just think his effects pretty decent. He is nice just to have there, especially when you go up against theme decks, Boojins, spellcasters, you know, everything like that. So it is quite nice, and it surprisingly worked out very well. So that's why I'm giving it a run in the deck. Then the level 5s, I have 2, just these 2. Tyrus and Volcasaurus. Volcasaurus wins games. Tyrus is an amazing card. Haven't got Adrius and haven't got Pleiades just because Curse of Dragon is a level, is only a dark, and now that the certain plays that I'm going to do, I'm not really going to go into Pleiades because I do run more level 5s. I'm going to go into Volcasaurus most of the time, or if not Tyrus. So that's the reason for running that and dropping the Pleiades. Final one is Gustav Max for, you know, crazy damage game, and yeah. And then the final synchros, we have a Star Eater and 2 Trident Dragon, Dragard plays and just normal synchro plays. So yeah, really nice. These are just boss, like these help me OTK a lot, and Star Eater is just nice just to have there if I want to try and get over any big beaters or just push, sorry for hitting the camera, push any harder than I am already. So that is the deck profile. I do realise I went through it quickly, but a lot of people have been saying that they would like me just to sprint through them, not give much explanation until the end. So you might have noticed I took out the breakthrough skills, and the reason for that is I think Evil Swans are dead. Very quickly, I think people are going to realise who are running the Evil Swans are going to drop them because they do not hit anything really next format. If you think of all the top tier decks that are probably going to be next format, you know, you're going to be looking at Boojins, Fire Fist, Constellas, all those have, all those matchups are terrible for Evil Swan. And I can't see them getting very far. So I just think Evil Swans are not going to be that much of a problem for Hieratics. Breakthrough skills will be dropped to the side. There is no question of that. The breakthroughs will stay in the side, you know, that's that. But I just think that it isn't needed and it can pave the way. The other thing you might notice is Max C is not in there either. The reason for that is I think next format isn't going to be a very big special summoning format at the start. Now, that may change with Legacy of Valiant coming out and with Primal Origins as well, you never know, but obviously that's going to be the next format. But I just don't think it's going to be that good. I think Veilers are probably going to replace Maxis for now. I'm not saying there's going to be no special summoning going on, but I think Maxis will be reduced to a side card in the end. But that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the deck profile. I'm going to have more deck profiles coming up soon. So cheers guys, thank you very much. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys later.